Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Monday Masterclass. My name is Connie Street. I am a multi-state licensed registered nurse. I have my BSN RN, and I'm a holistic women's wellness naturopathy practitioner. Today, we are going to be talking about something that I hear from women over and over again. Yes, I also hear this from my male clients, which is I've been doing education for 30 years, and over those years, men have been more inquisitive than women, which I know most people think that men are less likely to go to the doctor, but they are more likely to ask those questions. Now, ladies, you are more likely the one to take a seat and to listen, to write things down, take journal notes, different things like that. But I just want to tell you a little bit about what clients are telling me, which is why we are doing the missing piece in weight loss and hormone support. All right. They go, Connie, I feel like my body changed overnight. Well, I completely understand. And this is what I say. Whenever your vehicle is making a noise, I can almost guarantee you it's not making that noise because of something that happened just that day. It could be something that's happened over a series of days, maybe months. Okay, maybe something we've been underlooking, not overlooking, but underlooking and under underthinking about how important it is that we need to get whatever it is taken care of. Ask the questions. I also hear that I'm doing everything I used to do. So they're doing everything that they used to do, and then now their body is no longer giving them the results that they used to. I will give you um, this scenario like people saying that they're eating less, that they're trying harder, and then nothing's working anymore. This is whenever your body is telling you, look, whatever you've been trying, we're trying to tell you, the answer is no. Please seek out help because it is something else. It's something else completely. All right. Matter because women are frustrated, they're overwhelmed, they're exhausted, and they're tired of guessing for sure. So today's conversation is not about shame, it's not about extreme dieting, and it's not about chasing the perfection. I get it. We may look down and we see a bulge and we're just like, "Oh my goodness, this this stomach didn't used to protrude. It didn't used to bulge out like that. My pants, whenever I try to button them, they fit during the day and then at night or in the evening, I just feel like I'm a busted can of biscuits." Y'all, these are true statements. I've heard them for years. I am not a trendy nurse. I don't jump on trends. I actually look at research. So to me, it's about understanding that women's bodies change and that hormones change. Hormones change every day. Hormones can change every week because literally, if you are having a menstrual cycle, you are not going to have the same things going on that you did yesterday when you weren't even on your cycle. That's what I'm talking about. What about those metabolism changes? So stress, it for sure impacts the body. There are times whenever people will tell me that they are so stressed out, I'll give them a recommendation and they're like, I just don't really know if I have time for that. Well, no one has time for a heart attack. No one has time for that expensive medical bill. No one has time to run a small business that you've wanted to do so that you can have more time for your family, just to realize that you actually have more stress whenever you had your small business versus your W-2 job, right? What about sleep? It absolutely matters. Inflammation, it matters as well. I get, I don't know, about every third client does talk to me about inflammation, whether it is inflammation in their gut, whether it's inflammation in their joints. Yeah. Sometimes women, they need more personalized support instead of just some generic advice. And I will also venture to reach out and also say that women need more than the 10 minutes that they get with their provider. Yep, you pay insurance. You pay them for 10 to 15 minutes with your doctor. And so to me, I feel like you deserve more than that because it is like this treatment merry-go-round where it's like you come in with this issue, the provider looks at the computer, finds a diagnosis for it, matches it to 3 prescriptions, and then sends you on your way, and they'll see you again in either 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, or a year. So what are women supposed to do when they're told like it's just their age, right? It's not just your age. There are so many other things, and we're going to dive into those as well. One of the biggest things I want women to understand is this, men as well, because I know you're listening, that weight struggles, they are often not just about willpower. I've seen so many people come in and they will tell me, I do not have an issue with sugar. I do not have an issue with carbs. I do not have, I mean, they will say the thing that they don't have an issue with, okay? But just be mindful that there can be hormone changes, sleep disruption, stress patterns, inflammation, muscle loss, insulin resistance, metabolic changes. That really does kind of sum up a really wide gap there whenever I say metabolic changes, because there are so many things going on. But what about emotional overwhelm? And this is another big one for me. This has been a big topic for the last, I would say, 7 years, is nutritional deficiencies. I have spoken to many clients that have had type 1, type 2 diabetes. I've talked to people who have heart disease. I've talked to these are providers that have clients that just can't get a handle on what they've got going on in their life because they don't understand foods for their body. And I have done this education for so long that those providers, they love the information that I do. It is a really big compass towards north for their clients, and I'm able to lead them along the way of how to eat for their body type. That's a program that I have. It's a program that I've been developing over the last 30 years. It's mine, and it is something that when we have the conversation between me and the client, they're like, I just had no clue. Like some people, they had no clue that leftovers was actually causing worse inflammation from just leftovers. And we're not, I'm talking preservatives, I'm talking about lots of things, okay? Um, and I hear you. You all are trying to navigate all this alone. Now, I do talk about the digital waiting room. I would appreciate for you all to get out of the digital waiting room. It doesn't serve you very well. It hasn't served you very well. And I get it. You're trying to find something because you're in your doctor's office for 10 minutes that maybe included the time that you had your blood pressure, your vitals taken. And then there are times when you can forget what you were even talking about. So I recommend that we have a conversation. Those missing pieces, they are so important. They are the things that are going to have you coming to me 1 year, 5 years, or 10 years after you've already seen your provider for that initial issue. Mhm. Nurses, we are designed, we are trained. That is our wheelhouse to educate. Okay. So now something else I'm seeing more and more in wellness conversations is women asking questions about metabolic wellness support. There y'all are out in the digital waiting room. I promise you, you are going to get 75 bazillion MLM links that are going to ride you off into the sunset to just collecting supplements. Unless you have found the ones that are absolutely perfect for you and they are working, just be mindful when it's time to pivot, it's time to pivot. Okay. What about GL1 support? GLP-1 support is something that GLP-1s have been around forever, just so you know. GLP-1s are in food, GLP-1s are in so many plants. It is such a natural ingredient. But just remember, God created the pharmacy first, right? It is out there in the world. It's just whenever it's taken and it's put into a chemistry set, there are times when that chemistry set is absolutely needed. And they used that initially for those who were type 2 diabetic. And then also to talk about obstructive sleep apnea, OSA, and then to talk about other issues that I've even seen GLP-1s for those who have plaque psoriasis. So Hashimoto's, I mean, am I ringing any bells here for what you have going on? And I get it. GLP-1 support, it is quite expensive, but we're going to talk about some things. Let's talk about it. Well, the other thing, if we can't really talk about nutrition and supports like that without talking about hormone optimization, because when your hormones are out of whack, that can be an issue of your stress hormones needing to be balanced. When your body is saying, I am fighting a bear, and why am I fighting a bear 24/7? Y'all, it's time that we have these wellness conversations. More of them. What about those advanced wellness labs? I love the ones that are I do the genetic nutrition insight. It has served my clients very well for knowing that even when they're on their GLP-1 journey, or even whenever they are on their health and wellness journey, you have to know the foods that are for your genetic type. Yes, it's vital. Why is it vital? Well, because what are the foods that you're eating, and is it actually giving you nutrition? Is it actually giving you those nutrients that your body needs for daily function? What about peptides? Now, I get it. We were just talking about the GLP-1 supports, but I'm talking about other peptides. There are so many. Like, let's have a conversation about NAD plus. Let's have a conversation about Glow. We've all heard about those wonderful, wonderful, gracious things. Let's talk about glutathione. Let's talk about how fantastic that is if you have some inflammation going on. Nutrition support is, I will say, in my opinion, it is vital. Although we may have foods that we want to eat, but there are foods that our body just says absolutely not. And then it's going to give you those symptoms of the GI upset. It's going to give you those symptoms of your abdominal swelling. It's going to give you symptoms of acid reflux, of your body saying there is something in here and we don't like it. And also nausea, vomiting, things like that. And what I want women to understand, and men, is this: no medication, no supplement or wellness tool replaces lifestyle support and education. Yep, that's the missing piece: lifestyle support and education. Your doctor only has so much time in their schedule. You paid the insurance for it. But what's so unfortunate is that for nurses, we're not covered by insurance. How wild is that? But we are. We are that missing piece. We are gatekept so severely, which I'm hoping to, over this last 30 years, I'm hoping to pioneer a, a niche to where the insurance can actually see that education is so important. I mean, if you know any case manager, the insurance covers that. Just so you know, the insurance covers case management, which is someone who is trying to get you from point A to point B. Now, I'm no longer a case manager. I was for many years, but I'm still saying the same thing is education. Okay. Now, if you want to, let's have a discussion. If you don't have insurance, or if you do have insurance, let's talk about cost-effective ways that we can get you the help that you need. Okay. So make sure you take a look at the description in this video also tap the subscribe button. I would truly appreciate it. That does, every time someone subscribes, like it sends my videos out like a beacon, which I truly, truly help. I truly love the help. If you would love to tag a family or friend in this video, that would mean more to me than anything because that shows, for one, that you care about them, and it also shows that the information that I'm providing is something that actually women and men need to know. Because many women receive recommendations but still don't know, like, what do I eat? How do I support muscle? How do I manage cravings? How do I support my hormones? How do I stop feeling overwhelmed? Well, that's where education and implementation become super important. And again, I mean, can I say the word vital? I think education is so important. Going into your doctor's office, getting a diagnosis, getting a prescription, and then getting on that hamster wheel. Well, let's just have a conversation. Okay. One thing I'm personally very passionate about is helping women better understand their own bodies, not someone else's body. This is what I'm talking about, the digital waiting room. You don't need to learn about anybody else's body but your own. Okay. I'm not a trendy influencer, and I don't recommend that you follow a trending influencer's body recommendation. Why? Because that's their body, not yours. Let's have a conversation if that supplement is right for you. Let's have a conversation if a GLP-1 support is fantastic for you. Let's have a conversation if genetic nutrition is something that you need. All right, so let's talk about that some more. That's why I'm so passionate about these things, because eating for your body type it's been such an influential program for my clients. I trust that it will be for you. This is all about you. These are things that I've also gone through myself, and these are things that get answers. These are things that get you off the hamster wheel of of non-movement, of not going anywhere. Or maybe if you were on a GLP-1 and you're going backwards because you can't afford to stay on a GLP-1, and now you're starting to gain the weight back. Let's talk about eating for your body type. Let's talk about personalized wellness education, the genetic nutrition testing, which is great because if you're already eating for your body type, you might as well eat for your genetic type, because that's it's so pivotal for your body. To You're living in this body, and if you're feeling terrible and you're trying to find yourself in this trend and trend after trend and it's not working, okay, let's get you on to understanding how your body may respond differently to foods, caffeine, stress, inflammation, and metabolism. Because women, we're not all the same. And to think that we are is, it really does undervalue the uniqueness of yourself. Another important conversation is accountability and support. Many women don't fail because they don't care. They fail because they feel alone, they feel confused, they get overwhelmed, they receive conflicting information. I am typically the second opinion. Whenever someone says get a second opinion, I am typically the one that they go to. And I'm going to tell you why. Because people go to their doctor and they're like, I just don't feel like I'm being heard. Or they say, I've tried this and that. I've tried every prescription. I've tried all the things, and I'm just not budging. I'm just not getting what I need. And I am the second opinion because they've already tried the first initial plan of care. They try those extreme approaches that just aren't sustainable either. So that's why I believe support matters. I also want to say something very important. There is no one size fits all wellness plan. Some women may benefit from, and these are things that I actually provide in my program. You can go to my website, selfcareuniversityok.com. You can go there and check out that is me. I run this business. I do this because I appreciate the continuity of care that I can provide for my clients. So let's dive in. Nutrition support, stress reduction, protein optimization. What about strength support? Hormone education, advanced wellness training, and clinician-supported wellness options. Boy, that's a big one. Remember, we were talking about the missing piece being the education, and you can get that in clinician-supported wellness options. Okay. But every woman deserves informed choices and proper support for sure. And honestly, one of the biggest things I want women to stop doing is feeling ashamed for needing help. Your body is changing. Yeah, your body is changing, right? But that doesn't mean that you failed. Your metabolism is that changing. It does not mean you're lazy. I'm telling you, the times when you feel like there is this extra bit of weight around your midsection, where in the world did those gorgeous arms go that you had? Look, I'm not here to criticize. I'm just here to tell you the things that women have told me, and I understand. Okay. Because those hormones changing, it does not mean that you're broken. It does mean that your body deserves attention, it deserves education, and it deserves support. Now, if you go back to the beginning of what I said, there are times whenever I give information to my clients and they say, "Oh, I just don't know if I have time to do that." I'm going to go right back and I'm going to say it again. It means that your body deserves attention, education, and support. You are going to want to take that time. You are going to want to take that time and get that education. If this conversation resonated with you, I do. I currently offer eating for your body type support. I offer genetic nutrition testing, wellness education and accountability, also hormone and metabolic wellness education. And this is my favorite, personalized wellness guidance. It is tailored to you. It is not a copy and paste version of what I've did and done for other women. Nope. It is tailored specifically to you. And I'm excited to continue expanding supportive wellness resources for women who are looking for a more personalized and sustainable approach. Ah, how nice is that, right? So thank you all so much for being here today. So please feel free to share this and with any woman who may need encouragement or any person that needs encouragement and support on their wellness journey. And remember that your body is not working against you. Sometimes it's simply asking for a different level of support.